Yeah, what do you think of that game? Crazy triple double to have a 2020.
Yeah, crazy triple double, and I like that energy. I like when he's playing at that level. I know he's got that motor, and when people are comparing him to a Magic Johnson, as you could see that excellence inside of him. He just needs to keep that poise and just keep that motor going that way. All cylinders and just downhill, and that's him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, reference back to a couple videos ago. Would you trade that Scotty Barnes for Giannis? Or no?
Well, I don't know now.
I'm just joking.
He's using the young legs very well right now, so he's making me do a hmm.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Toronto Raptors in black and white. We have, as usual, HEADSWAG, the coach, in the house,
What's up? What's up? What's up?
and yours truly, Slang, for another week of our favorite team in the NBA, the Toronto Raptors. And pretty good week, actually. I got to give you some props. I think I was a little hesitant last week to go 3-1. I mean, with Pirtle not starting and his back injury, I don't know. I wasn't confident enough. But you were correct in saying that we would go 3-1. I'm not 100% sure we got all the games right, but the record was right. Uh, anyway, we didn't know that Jokic. Well, you know what? I think actually maybe you nailed it. That saying Denver we would lose and win these other games. So obviously, good job.
Thank you, sir. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah,
Thanks, man.
our big three has pulled it off, right? So when we got our big boys playing together like the way they are, and with RJ coming back in the mix, it's a good feeling out there.
Yeah, RJ coming back, I think definitely was impactful. I think we should dive into that a little more in a second. But first of all, let's just talk about Golden State. So the week we do these Sundays, and so after last week's, we ended up playing Golden State. That one went to overtime, nail biter. Um,
Yep.
but yeah, we ended up winning 141-127. We pummeled them in overtime. I mean, I don't know what happened. Steph Curry had no points. He had 39 in regulation and 0 points in overtime, which was odd. But here, actually, quickly comment. This is totally off topic. Um, in the Golden State game, the free throws were very one-sided. Let me just quickly pull that up so I can back up what I'm saying here. We had 18, they had 28, and it actually impacted the game. Um, there was that last play at the end when Steph Curry tried to do the little sweep through move on Jamal Shed and he hit him in the face. But we
Mhm.
weren't even in bonus. And so that would normally have led to free throws for Shed, which the game was tied at that point. I think we would have sealed it in regulation because he is reasonable enough. He's at least a 50% shooter from free throw
Free
line.
throw shooter. That's right.
I
Yeah.
think he's more like 75 or something. So he likely would have hit one of them and we would have won the game. But anyway, I don't know. Did you notice that game we were not getting the calls and the Raptors, we've said before on this channel, don't get the calls. But
And I was just gonna tell you, it's the life of the Raptor. I was just gonna say, as a Raptor being the one NBA team that's outside of the U.S. soil, they always give us, they always juck us. You know what I mean? We're always getting poked. You know what I mean? But hey, the beer prevailed on this one, though. So.
yes, yeah, sorry. Anyway, sorry, I just totally left fielded that one on you. But I was just remembering the game because it was so infuriating. Again, I was, home watching, saying, "Oh, like, how come we don't get that call? And there's no call on that play." And Steph Curry just like someone whiffs some wind his direction, and the ref is blowing the whistle and giving him a foul. Like,
Yeah. Well, that's the megastar of the NBA. If you're a LeBron, if you're a Steph Curry, if you look at them too hard, they get to go to the foul line, right? So,
yes, yeah, depressing.
so hopefully Barnes, if he keeps up with his triple double looks that he's been giving us, if he keeps that going, hopefully we'll get some calls like that for him.
Yeah, Barnes, that game. What do you think of his? Again, I don't know. I have my own personal weird things with numbers when it, it I when the game gets too crazy and but I find out it's an overtime. Like I think there was a Nikola Jokic one where I saw something like he had 60 or 55 or something, and then I went and saw that it was like two overtimes. It's still good, obviously. And so Scottie Barnes, I'm not trying to diminish his 25 rebound game. Like, what do you think of that? He probably had 19 or 20, I think, in regulation. It might have even been 21. I can't remember exactly. Unfortunately, they don't on the box score break out the stats that way. But yeah, what do you think of that game? Crazy triple double to have a 2020.
Yeah, crazy triple double, and I like that energy. I like when he's playing at that level. I know he's got that motor, and when people are comparing him to a Magic Johnson, as you could see that excellence inside of him. He just needs to keep that poise and just keep that motor going that way. All cylinders and just downhill, and that's him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, reference back to a couple videos ago. Would you trade that Scotty Barnes for Giannis?
Well, I don't know now.
I'm just joking.
He's using the young legs very well right now, so he's making me do a hmm.
Yeah. Well, that was the first game RJ was back, and we're going to talk about. I think the mental Scotty Barnes is an emotional player, and so I think that sometimes the mental game is more at play with him, less so than like a Brandon Ingram. I don't know. Brandon Ingram doesn't seem
No,
to
you're
like.
right. You're right. You're
Yeah.
right. And going into to elaborate into that, back to what you were saying, when he goes down and it's a physical game with him because he's inside and he thinks he gets fouled, he's there like this, and the play's going back the other way, and I'm like, Scotty, don't worry about that. They'll get you on the next one. You know what I mean? So things like that. But he's maturing. It's all about a maturing thing. And with this, like I said, the big three with Bi. With RJ, with him now, we got a big three that could get us going somewhere. So hopefully this collective three, get the things going and keep it going.
Yeah, well, because yeah, so that game, 26 from Ingram. RJ Barrett only had 12. He was limited minutes. That was his first game back. He
That's right.
only played 24 minutes. Scotty Barnes was 42 minutes, and Brandon Ingram 39. But yeah, Scotty with 23, and then the inconsistent player of that, which maybe could be a big four some games, Emmanuel quickly ends up with 27 in that game. But he's been less consistent. I love Emmanuel quickly. Sort of at the end of games, he seems to have the
The finishing touch.
well, yeah, I was going to say the cojones, but I don't know if I should say that on here. But this isn't a kid video. Where he actually can, make those shots under pressure. Uh,
That's right.
but too often early in the game, he's like goofing around. Like I hate when he goes driving to the bucket super fat. Like he is quick, like his name says.
Yeah,
But he tries to do like a floater and just it bounces off the back of the rim and it's out. And I'm like, why were you so hurried on that play? Like, why didn't you slow it down for an extra second or maybe pass it anyway? I don't know. He makes me crazy because he has a game like this. Yeah, 27, 7 of 15, and he was 5 of 10 from three. Awesome. Um,
right. That's
but
right.
then you go to the next game against Orlando, and he's got 4 points, and he's 2 of 12 from the field, and he's 0 of 6 from three. It's like,
That's right. That's right. You're
Emmanuel,
like, you're like,
what are you
who is
doing?
this guy?
Yeah. And now that's a funny one. I think he's also sort of tied to RJ. Again, I think we're going to get into RJ stuff in a minute, but because he came over with RJ from the Knicks, I think they're buddies. And again, he probably feels a little more comfortable when RJ's on the floor because
Well,
this next
but
game,
but
RJ didn't
but
play against
RJ
Orlando.
brings collectively that energy. That's what I'm talking about. It's like everybody gets in line. You know what I mean? It's like for the Raptors, he's the center pole, and everybody. I could say it's him or Scotty, but it's more him. And when he's in there, like I said, it's like everybody knows their assignment, or everybody feels more. Like you're saying, feels more confident in doing what they're supposed to do when they're out there.
Yeah, I agree. I again, all the speculation before the season of how are the Raptors going to play with, three or four ball dominant players. I don't think RJ should be included in that. I think RJ is creative enough and doesn't need plays run for him. He'll cut and get a basket. He'll suddenly be open for a three, and be able to drain it. Whereas,
That's right.
yeah, where Bi is more of a ball handler, and even Scotty bringing it up and Manuel quickly bringing it up, but. I think RJ is a nice complement to those guys because he doesn't need to dribble around and deke five people or whatever. He's fine with a catch and shoot three. He works with a cutter going usually to his left.
Yeah, that's right. He's a good slasher to the left. You know the thing. That's right. Yep.
Uh, um, so yeah. Anyway, so then we beat Orlando. That was a close one, nail biter. Oh my gosh, 1 point. I couldn't
One
believe
pointer.
nobody scored in like the last almost 2 minutes of that game. It was anyway. Uh,
Yeah, it was a definitely a conference nail biter there, man. It was a tough one, but
yeah,
we prevailed.
yeah. They were missing their German, which oh my gosh, again, why did I even go to reference him without looking up his name first? But he didn't play. What's his name? Anyway, but Paulo was there, and they had some decent performances. Anthony Black, oh my gosh, man, he went crazy in that game with 27
He
points.
with 27 points. Yep, yep.
Hilarious. I think he's the one that did the Grady jersey swap, right? Wasn't that him? Anyway, where they were, remember he was standing there and they had the jersey black, and
The black, and that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yes.
anyway, and they were cracking up laughing. But yeah,
Yeah, correct. That's it.
that guy's athletic. He had a hell of a game. But anyway, yeah, Raptors prevail there, and then the Denver Nuggets come to town. We get lucky that there's no um, Jokic,
Nope.
but we definitely talked about this. The Canadian players and any former Raptors seem to come to town and want to go nuts against our team. And
That's
here
right.
we had a double whammy of Jonas Valanciunas
Yep.
saying, "Yeah, remember me? Remember when you traded me
Yeah.
away?" And then
Valentinus is like, oh, I see red.
yeah, he went off for 17, and Jamal Murray as well.
And if
So
Valentinus didn't get injured, he probably would have had 34 on us easy.
oh yeah, you're right. I see he was only in 23 minutes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They got taken out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so that one was sad because we kept it close. I thought we should have been ahead more. RJ, oh yeah, RJ did play in that one.
He
Again,
did.
he was slightly limited in his minutes to 24.
But once again against Denver, now this is twice. I was at the last game and he had the last shot to
Oh yeah,
make us win at the 3 point and he missed. And same thing again, this one. He did step back. He had the nice long arrow, and oh, if he could have just daggered it. So he's 0-2 against the Denver boys. But I think, we're going to save it for down the stretch. We need to save it for down the stretch.
yeah. That might be 0 for 2 at home because actually now that you're bringing that up, I think on the broadcast they showed there was even maybe two Denver games last year in Denver where RJ also had the last year. Maybe it wasn't two, maybe it was three. Or sorry, maybe it was one. I mean, so that
Yeah,
there's three total, like you're saying.
3 total. That's
Uh,
right. Yes.
but yeah, you're right. That's hilarious. He had the last shot and didn't make it. But then we almost wasn't that the game where we sort of, if Brandon Ingram got that shot off, it was still on his fingertips to
That is correct. I was just gonna say that. I was gonna say, and Bi pulls off a immaculate shot that home court with everything going on. They should have let it go to overtime, but they said it was what, like you said, nicking his fingertip. I think his fingernail. I don't know how the camera caught that, but yeah.
yeah, he's got to get the gorilla, whatever, to trim his nails a little.
Right, you got it, man. I think my old man called me and he was like, "What was the spread on that game?" Because I think they covered.
Yeah, and then the last game yesterday, Atlanta Hawks, Raptors pummel the Hawks too, which is kind of crazy because Hawks have been playing well. Like I think we're better than Atlanta, and then suddenly they rattled off. I'm not an Atlanta Hawks fan or follower of them, but I think they beat Boston, they beat Denver, like they had a bunch of pretty solid victories.
Yeah,
And so
they
I was
got
a
that.
little nervous thinking, oh my gosh, no, they've got some momentum, but we seem to have their number and we pummeled them pretty handily. Like it was close until the fourth quarter. And, we outscored them 27-11. They just gave up.
They just gave up. Yep. And like I said, our big three, when they're playing and they're giving us the minutes and they're giving us, like I said, a double double here and a good assist over here. things open up for our team. Our team Shed could come off, score 12 points, feel good. You know what I mean? We're rolling, and we're rolling in the right direction. Let's just hope that, and Mamu's getting us some rebounds, our second-hand chances, our offensive rebounds. We're getting second-hand chances out there. So, and this is without Purple in right now. So, you know what I mean? We're looking bright. The end of the tunnel is getting a little brighter.
No, I agree. Yes, good call on Mamu. He had 12 rebounds, 8 assists, and 13 points. And you're also, yeah, Jamal Shed, right on. 10 points for him coming off the bench. Even Grady Dick had a half
E-
decent game.
Even Dick, that's right.
Yeah,
Even
he,
Dick.
he only hit 1 3, and I wish that guy could get. I don't know what's wrong if he's not getting open or if it's confidence. It probably is confidence a little bit with him, but he was 2 of 5 from the floor with 7 points. And just quickly, I wanted to see Jacoby Walter had an okay game. The great, if we could just get Grady Dick and Jacoby Walter to be more consistent, we could potentially even be dangerous. Uh,
We could.
you know,
That's right.
yeah.
That's right.
In the ESPN rankings this week, we bumped up even to 11th overall. Um, I think we could break into the top 10. If we just need Jakob to actually play, and it could even go back and forth. If Walter has a decent game and then doesn't do well the next game, but Grady Dick steps up. If those two could just alternate, the
That's right.
rotation with Mamu and Shed coming in there, it seems to be pretty good. And even Colin Murray Boyles has flashes of good play.
Listen. CMB, he's looking good. He's putting some energy out there. I'm seeing him sweating, and he's getting us some rebounds, and he's getting us some block shots. I like his energy. I really do.
Yeah, no, he's a big dude too. He's got
And
the
he's a big dude too.
got
I
that
was
Scotty Barnes
skeptical when he
frame.
first came out. I was like, "What's going on with it?" But he's getting in line, and that's what we need. You know what I mean? Guys are getting
Yeah,
minutes, and they're using them. So, like you said, if those collective three could give us consistent points now, coming off of that bench, like we said, could go out there, and when our big three are resting, they could do a, hey, we could depend on these guys. Definitely, our team would be definitely dangerous. Well, I think we're already looking at playoff contention with our big three right now. But now, going playoffs, like I said, you need a long bench because fouls go up by 50%. Okay, so with that being the case, we're gonna have to be subbing in guys. You might even need to sub in a guy just to foul a guy. You know what I mean? So these guys, they got to know their assignment and know it well and do it well.
yeah, no, I think we're headed to be not even in the plan. We're going to be a playoff team. It seems anyway if we can keep this up. Yeah. So okay. Well, now this game, RJ Barrett goes off. We've been tickling talking about RJ for a second. Let's dive in just to it because I really thought yesterday it showed RJ's impact on the Raptors overall. He had 29 points. So did Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram actually had a phenomenal game. I know as I'm going to talk about RJ, I'm going off here on a BI site. Brandon Ingram drove to the basket a few more times yesterday than I've seen him. He's been a little too quick to do the midi.
With the jump shot.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
He actually drove, nice, like power little deep moves and whatever to, dunk it, which I think that's positive for us going forward, but we'll maybe elaborate on that next week. RJ had 29, 11 of 19 from the field, but I think most importantly, 4 of 8 from three. He was hitting threes. He was helping to space the floor. And I think that, Emmanuel, I think that helps Scottie Barnes take the pressure off of him for scoring. If him and BI can be the main sort of focal point of the defense, then Scotty gets inside for those dunks, and Emmanuel quickly is able to do his floaters because the defense is spread a little bit more. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that
Yeah,
one?
no, you're right. And then Manuel quickly, it gives him more room to, like you said, with his quickness. What his name is quick to get in there and get those floats inside there, right? Even like I said with RJ, even slashing when he slashes, he makes them collapse. And if he collapses, he kicks out. That's when we get those open threes. You know what I mean? That's when I don't mind if Scotty takes one because at least we have a big guy in there for the rebound at that time too, as well. But
Hmm.
but we have better options. But if it's there, why not take it?
Yeah.
If we have Mamu taking a three, I think Scotty could take one. Put it that way.
Okay. That's interesting. I wonder what Mamu is for the season. Yeah, because overall, RJ. So I was pulling up some numbers on our record. So Raptors with RJ, he's played 20 games. Our
Hmm.
record is 14-6.
Oh, nice.
Pretty impressive.
Pretty
Uh,
impressive. Yeah, yeah.
when RJ went out, there were 15 games. We went 6-9. Now again, we were talking a little bit before we came on here that yes, the schedule was a slight bit easier in some of the games that RJ played. And then when he was out, we had a couple losses to Boston. We had a couple losses to, but I actually think that he would have stopped a couple of those Charlotte losses. Maybe the Knicks would have beaten us,
That's right.
especially in that one game we were talking about where Brunson just went mental. But Brooklyn Net loss, the Wizards loss. I mean, I think those games become in the win column if RJ is playing in those.
Oh yeah, for sure. And especially that Knicks game because him coming from the Knicks, that rivalry, I think he would have showed up a little more against Bronson. You know what I mean? Especially on home court here, saying, this is my house, not yours." You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. Yes, and actually, even that second one against them, it wasn't the NBA Cup game, but we lost to them again on the 30th, and that was oh sorry, I'm wrong on December 9th. And Emmanuel quickly didn't play in that one either. So yeah, I think if RJ was in that one and possibly quickly, they both would have they would have done what we were saying the ex Raptors do
That's
here
right.
and had a better game against them. Um, all right, let me look ahead to
It would have gave you got it the Knicks a little dose of their own. That's right.
yeah, exactly. They would have had some of our revenge. Uh, we should coin a phrase there. It's like a revenge energy, a revenge surge or something that seems to happen when like the Luka Doncic against the Dallas Mavericks game where he's back on. Oh, you guys are going to trade me? Here, I'll put a
That's right.
40 plus on you.
That's just right. Is this what you want to do with me? Okay, let me show you what I'm going to do to you.
Exactly. Okay, so what do we think coming up? As we've said, Raptors are on a roll. I feel it. I believe it. We are playing the Atlanta Hawks tomorrow, Monday. Then we've got the Charlotte. So sorry. So that's again. This is a weird too. Home, because we played them at home yesterday. And now we're playing them at home again tomorrow. But then we have at Charlotte on Wednesday, at Boston on Friday, and then so there are only 3 games before we're back because we'll be back to talk about Philadelphia next week. So, what do you think happens this week against those
Well,
three?
well I think we have Atlanta's number, like you said. So I think we got a one win there. Honestly, I'm going heavy. I'm going heavy with RJ back, with the team looking poised. I think we could go 3-0. I think we're going straight. I think Boston needs to get. We need to give Boston one in their house. Since Boston came to our house and gave us one, we're going to give them back one in their house. Yeah. So I'm going 3-0.
Wow, that's aggressive. All right, Boston's. I don't know why we can't beat Boston because I agree that
Listen,
great.
there's a saying my dad says. There's teams that play to win, and there's teams that know how to win. Boston is one of those teams that know how to win.
Hmm.
Okay, as you know, Tatum's not even in the game right now with them, and look how strong they are.
Yeah,
Okay,
well, and
so
they traded Porzingis, and they got rid of a bunch of key players. I mean,
keep
Al Horford is getting old, but that guy could hit somehow miraculous buckets, 3 points, and things like that for them.
and just be in the right place at
Got
the
that
right
lead
time on
behind
the
him.
court. You're
Yeah,
right. That
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, they've got a number. All right, yeah, good. Hey, I like it. I definitely agree with you that we should be able to beat Atlanta. I don't understand how we lose to Charlotte the last couple times because
Yeah, so they're a team that's got our number, but I think now I'm just going off of with RJ coming back and that we're getting our wheels going. I think right now we're on a roll right now. It's going into close to the All-Star break, and I know guys start to wanting to shine right now. And with RJ coming back in our big three, they're putting out numbers right now. Like I think, like you said, Bi had 29, RJ had 29, and I believe Scotty had 20 points. If we keep those three and then the rest of them do what they gotta do, look out. I'm telling you, Raptors are here to claw.
Yes, we need. Yes, all right, I agree. And then one last thing I just want to say about Boston because it never gets talked about. We should be able to win in their building because it's the TD Gardens now. And
Right?
people not understand that TD is the Toronto Dominion
Linian,
Bank.
right,
Like,
right.
what the heck, man? I don't know why. How come on the broadcast they never say that? They've never commented that it is the Toronto Dominion. Like their building is named after our city.
Right, right. Hello.
I wish they would go off on. They should have like a whole segment on that anyway during the broadcast.
Yeah. Oh no, we're gonna have a whole segment on that. Don't worry, we're gonna make it be known. Thank you.
Yeah, good. Yes. Hopefully we pummel them because then I don't want to hear anyway. When we're here
Right?
next week, yes, hopefully we're gloating about going into the Toronto Dominion Gardens and beating up on the Celtics. So
And giving them some of the T dot too hot feeling.
exactly. All right, nice. Wow. Okay, bowl predictions. Let's see what happens next week when we come back. And yeah, listen, people, thank you for watching. If you've made it this far, the subscribers have gone, crazy. So we appreciate that. We're over
Whoop, whoop.
800. Yeah, now we're heading towards 1,000. I wasn't even sure how long it was going to take to get there. So please, thank you very much. But comments, there's no comments. We keep begging for comments and likes. We've actually the likes have been okay too. But yeah, zero almost. We've only had like three comments, I think. Um, not good. Comment.
Talk to us, people. We have the gift of gab. Come on, man. We ain't that shy.
Yes, exactly. Again, even if it's negative, say, hey, Slang, shut up so much. Don't talk so much. Let's hear more what HEADSWAG wants to tell you about the result of the game or something, or vice versa. Maybe come get better questions, get better, more detailed analysis. I don't care. We're happy to hear any constructive criticism. We will listen and respond and try and do a better job here each week. So, but yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.